Hello students, good morning. How are you? I hope you all okay. And today I have taken your test and you all did a great job. That's fine. Again, thank you so much and keep it up, dear students. As you know that we are continuing at chapter 8, means revision of chapter 8, that is from class 12, and the chapter is human health and disease. In the last class, I have taught you about the disease that caused due to bacteria and virus. We will study some more disease about virus. In today's class, I am going to teach you about the protozoan disease. As we know, protozoa, proto means first, zoan means animal. Proto means first and zoan means animal. They are the first animals that are evolved on earth, but still now they are present and are the cause for many diseases or responsible for causing many diseases, out of which some diseases we will study about in this class. Clear, students? So the first disease we will study about protozoa is malaria. But let's see how many types of protozoa are present and which of these protozoa cause different type of disease. Protozoa is of 4 types. Clear, students? How many types? 4 types. Out of which sporozoans is responsible for causing malaria. Malaria is caused due to the species of protozoa that is called Plasmodium. Clear? Plasmodium has 3 different species which are only responsible for causing different type of malaria. One is your Plasmodium virus. Another is Plasmodium. I am writing here only P because you are already write Plasmodium. So Plasmodium falciparum. And next one is Plasmodium malaria. You normally have heard about malaria. Some people suffer from malaria. They are the common malaria and that caused due to the protozoa, that is Plasmodium virus, or in short we can say as it PV. PV means Plasmodium virus. Plasmodium falciparum is deadly if someone suffers from malaria, that the causative organism is Plasmodium falciparum, then it may cause death. It is serious, and this one is common which we suffer from malaria due to this Plasmodium virus. So let's understand how this disease occurs. As we know, Plasmodium needs 2 hosts to complete its life cycle. Let's understand in detail. Plasmodium needs 2 hosts to complete its life cycle. Means its life cycle completed through 2 phases. One is sexual phase and another is asexual phase. It needs one sexual phase and another is asexual phase. So for completing the sexual phase, Plasmodium choose the body of mosquito. Clear? Sexual cycle completed inside the mosquito body. Do you know which mosquito is that? That is female Anopheles mosquito, and that mosquito is female Anopheles mosquito. So here let's quick recap that Plasmodium needs 2 hosts to complete its life cycle, means One is sexual phase, another is asexual phase. Sexual phase is completed inside the mosquito, that is female Anopheles mosquito, and asexual phase is completed inside the human body. So how this process occurs? Let's see. And here another question. Why female Anopheles mosquito is a suitable place for sexual reproduction of Plasmodium? Am I right? Because when a mosquito bites us, our blood is not its food, remember. It just uses our blood to live the sporozoites. This is the infectious form of Plasmodium. Clear, students? Sporozoites is the infectious form of Plasmodium. To release these sporozoites, mosquito bites us, and through blood mail it releases the sporozoites into the human body. Let's understand it in more detail. Here I have already told you that it completes its life cycle into two phases. One sexual and another asexual. Sexual inside the mosquito body and asexual in the human body. So what happened and how it completes its life cycle? Let's understand it in detail. First, as we know, when we are studying about any disease, we will know the causative organism, the mode of transmission, its symptoms, etc. etc. So here the causative organism is mosquito. Here that is female Anopheles. Female Anopheles mosquito. Then mode of transmission, when it bites, biting of mosquito. Next is symptom. High fever. In malaria there is high fever. Then shivering. Then stomach pain, headache, loss of appetite. Appetite means भूख का ना लगना, loss of appetite. So these are the symptoms. Clear? For this, as we know, there are some drugs for bacteria, some drugs for fungi, but here for protozoa also some antibiotics are used. Like for malaria, your chloroquine tablets are used. This is a best against the malaria. But here we should understand the life cycle of mosquito, how it completes its life cycle. From these steps, you are now able to understand what I am going to teach you. So, how it completes its life cycle. You can see. First, what happened? You can see this. This is when a mosquito bites a healthy person. Then it releases sporozoites, which I have told you, sporozoite is the infectious form of Plasmodium. Means through this form it causes infection. Then what happened? These sporozoites go into the liver cell, human liver cell. The sporozoites directly go to the liver cell and there it multiply. After multiplication, what happens? It forms large number of plasmodiums. These plasmodiums again go to the RBC. Where they go? Go to the RBC. And in RBC, they reproduce asexually. And for asexual reproduction, reproduction they form gametes, means male gamete and female gamete. Male and female gametes. Again, when a mosquito bites the human, then it takes the gametes, through blood meal. And when these gametes go inside the mosquito, what happens there? There it reproduces sexually it reproduces inside the gut of the mosquito, inside the gut of the mosquito, and there sporozoites are formed as a result of fertilization, and the sporozoites are stored in the salivary gland. Here sporozoites are formed and stored in the salivary gland. Again, when it bites a healthy person, it releases the sporozoites. Clear? Again, I am explaining you. See, when a mosquito bites a healthy person, it releases sporozoites into the human body. Clear? Remember, sporozoite is the infectious form. When these sporozoites go into the human body, inside the human body, then it directly go to the liver cell for its multiple fission. As you know, Plasmodium reproduces by means of multiple fission. Asexual reproduction of Plasmodium is through multiple fission. So the sporozoites, when enter into the healthy person's body, it goes to the liver cell, and in liver cell it multiplies, means it reproduces through multiple fission. And after multiple fission, when the reproduction completed, the cyst wall around it get ruptured, and so many or a large number of Plasmodium are released. Again, these Plasmodiums go to the RBC, and in RBC again they start forming cyst wall around it, and when reproduction completed, the cyst wall ruptures. Here I want to tell you one thing. When in RBC its asexual reproduction completed, during the rupture of cyst wall, it releases a chemical that called hemozoin. Here the chemical that release is called hemozoin, due to which the patient suffering from malaria shiverings occurs in 3 to 5 days, because the asexual reproduction in RBC takes for Plasmodium 3 to 5 days, and during its rupture it releases the hemozoin, which causes chillness. You ever heard that in malaria so much shivering or chillness is felt? That is due to the chemical hemozoin. Again, when asexual reproduction completed in RBC, the gametes are released, and when another mosquito bites the infected person, here the mosquito bites the infected person, then it takes the gametes through its blood meal, and these gametes go to the mosquito's body, and inside the gut of the mosquito, gut is a part of alimentary canal, inside the gut of the mosquito it completes its sexual cycle, and after completing the sexual cycle it forms sporozoites. Which I written here, sporozoites. And as I have told you earlier, sporozoites are the infectious form. So these sporozoites are present in the salivary gland of the mosquito. When again it bites a healthy person, then it releases the sporozoites again to another healthy person. In this way, the disease is transmitted from one person to another person. I think you understand. Clear, students? So, what can we do to prevent this type of disease like malaria? As we know, this is a vector-borne disease. Vector means vector-borne disease. Vector-borne disease means the disease which are caused due to vectors. Here vector, who is the vector? Here vector is the mosquito. As we know, vector either mosquito. In the first class, I have told you in this chapter that the vectors may be mosquito, may be flies, may be dog, may be a rat, etc. Means which carries the disease causing microorganisms. So here, as the mosquito carrying the Plasmodium, so it is the vector. So our first step should be, don't let grow to these vectors. So we have to find out where they grow, means mosquito. We should not support the growth of mosquito. That's why we should have to take some precautions. Like during sleeping we can use mosquito nets. We should not store water for a long time period around our house, like in the coolers or in the roof of our homes, inside the tubes. And nowadays a fish is introduced that is called Gambusia. The fish is called Gambusia. Gambusia is the fish which is put in the pools and ditches in which water is present every time. They kills or they feeds on the mosquito larva. As we know, in case of mosquito, the development is indirect. From larval stage, they will grow into adult. If the larva is eaten by this mosquito, then there will be no mosquito. So this is also a procedure to decrease the increasing number of mosquitoes. Means Gambusia fish is introduced into the pools and ditches to feed on the mosquito larva. So if we control the vectors, we decrease the number of vectors and keep ourselves protect, then we can able to save ourselves from the vector-borne disease like malaria.